Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, the Rumpled One, coming to you Monday, October the 5th. The year's 2020. Let's talk trading. Trading skill versus trading talent. I alluded to this in yesterday's video, so I thought I might as well talk about it. But first, I just want you to know that these videos are for educational purposes only, and your results may differ from mine. Skill versus talent. A skill is something that you can learn. A talent is something that you just have innately. It's with you. It's in your genes, in your DNA. So for example, singing. Some people they just can sing. They never took a lesson, a class, they never studied. They just have they can sing. Other people they have to learn. They go to voice coaches and they practice, and they too can sing. Trading is the same way. Some people, they can just look at the chart and they just know when to get in, when to get out, and they can make money. Or they know how to pick a stock, or they just have this innate ability. It's just something within them. It's a talent. Other people, they study. They look at charts. They learn technical indicators. They learn fundamental analysis. They do statistical trading, whatever. But they work at it. They work hard at it. But the difference is with a talent, once again, you're born with it and you just do it. A skill, not everybody can acquire that skill or acquire it to a level where they can make money at it, or they can be uh, win awards, high acclaim. For example, somebody might be able to be a star in their church choir, but you go outside that little circle and they're just another voice. It's just like, but it's like being the big fish in the small pond. Trading's the same way. You might be able to make a few dollars here and there, a few pips here and there, and you come out ahead, but it's not like you're going to be driving a Lamborghini. And if you wonder why I keep talking about Lamborghinis and Ferraris and other supercars, it's one, I like supercars, they're cool. No, I don't own one. I'm partial to Miatas. Because for the money, it's hard to beat the fun that you can have on the road and even on the track. In fact, they're the most widely raced car on the planet. Okay, I diverge. Let me get back on track here. Um, it's just that you'll notice in some of the ads that these other traders put out or videos, like this one guy goes, "Oh yeah, there's the Lamborghini in the shop here, and there's the Ferrari right over there," and they can do that. More power to them, but most people, most traders aren't going to be at that level. It's just that simple. And if they do, it's luck. It's not talent or skill, it's luck. We've talked about luck in the market before because whenever you make money, you got lucky. You can say it was skill, you can say it was talent, but the fact is, there's other people in the arena and you're not controlling what they do. They're just controlling whether or not you have the opportunity to make money. And that's just something that you have to accept. And that's my opinion. I mean, but I can kind of back it up with empirical evidence. And one of the other things that, you have to have that risk management in place because you're not going to get to that level, whether you have talent or skill, if you lose more on any one particular trade than you're willing to lose per trade. And once again, with the skill or the talent, if you've got fear controlling you or you're experiencing regret, it's going to eat you alive. It's going to get you. You're going to feel that pain. And you think it's coming from the market, but it's all in your reaction to what's going on in the market. And on that money management side, if you're thinking about that Lambo and you're up 2 pips, but you're looking at 1,000, you're thinking there's going to be 1,000 pip run because you got some indication on your technical analysis, some confluence, some divergence, some whatever. And the next thing you're looking at a 20 pip drawdown and you could have taken 2 pips off the table. Sooner or later, you're going to learn to take the profit before the market takes it back, or the market's going to take all your money. So let's look here. We still have 1, 2, 3, 4 gaps that haven't filled on the weekly open and gap. You can see the pound's 47 pips above the weekly open. As far as the opening month's range, you see here we broke out of the previous day's high. We'll show that on another chart, but we also broke out of the opening day for the month here, and looks like there was a nice break from 77 to 90, so there were pips to be made on that horizontal line trade, the monthly open. So think about this, traders. Down here, this is the low for the month. This is the high for the month so far. So if price, needs the range for the month. So, if we get above this 77, let's call it 78, and price stays there, it's going to want to go here. If it drops below, then it's going to want to come down this way, because it has to make higher highs, or it's going to have to make a lower low this month, because there's just not enough range for the month when you look at the monthly, the frequency distribution. I think we've got about 158 pip range here. That's just not enough for the month. So you want to place a bet long here, short here, or actually long or short right here, because if it's not going up, it's going down. We're 277 pips below the yearly open. We're in the last quarter of the year. We'll see what happens. If you notice here, these are some wick zones. Either price is going to break above it, or it's going to turn and break below it. So when you're looking at wick zones, you don't always have to look at the previous day. I as Walmart would say, look to the left. Inside bar, once again from Friday, we broke through. Right now we're 14 pips above it. We're in the inside bar for the week here, which was 3 weeks ago. So if we can get above, say, 130.07, then looks like we're clear for takeoff there. Still a lot of inside bar action here for the week. There's some daily inside bar action. For the day, only 6 pairs over 100. So far, pretty anemic. Pound coming in at 91 pips, which that's really anemic. I don't know why things are so anemic. They just are. Not much movement, not much volatility. We did get through the buy zone. We did get through the short zone. We did take out the pivot point for the day. Can't remember on the last video if we were looking to take out that pivot or if we already had. I don't think we had. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, we hadn't, because we were 7 hours into the trading day. So, but you see it did take out that pivot there. Red rats, feast time. 91 pip range once again. So there's room to move here. I already did a few shorts here. I noticed that price was channeling between the 70, or between, I think it was the 80 and the 70. So I was taking some shorts up in this area earlier. Weekly pivot 1.2887, looking for that to fill. See here on the H4, we're in that previous H4's upper wick zone. If this candle turns red, we could see it drop like a rock. Weekly pivot we haven't filled. Daily pivot we have. So no missed pivot so far in October. All of 3 trading days. But we still have 4 missed pivots from September, 2 from July, and 1 from March. Wick zone, in and out on both sides. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We were in the wick zone when I made the video yesterday. As you can see, you had opportunities on either side to take those trades. Once again, showing the wicks here. We're out of these wick zone. We're still in this one. So I'm looking the short around 64, 65 area, and for it to possibly drop like a rock. Looking at the scalper, you can see right here, we put in a 1 ball, cleared the top, and there was money to be made. Before I forget, a trader was asking me about dollar, yen, and I think time. Dollar yen, you can pretty much trade it around the clock. In the Australian session, usually there's not too much movement the first 3 hours of the day, but then about the 4th hour, a lot of times it'll pick up. And you can make some nice pips. And the thing about the yen is it moves very slowly, very methodically. It's one of those things where when I first started trading it, I hated it. But then it's just like when I traded Apple stock way back when. At first, I hated the way it moved. But then I realized I know how it moves. And so why not take advantage of that? Yes, it might not move as fast as I normally like it, but if it's moving steady and it's pretty predictable, and the stats favor me, yeah, that's why I switched over. I traded Apple for over a year, I think. They traded Apple, and then with the dollar yen, I don't know how many years I traded that pair. But it's very methodical. It loves to fill the pivot, that pivot play. That we were just talking about the pivot. Where is that chart? Here, we switch over to dollar yen, or actually, that might take some time. Let's see, try it here. Dollar yen. You can see hasn't missed a pivot this year. Actually, I'm sorry. It's missed what? 4 pivots this year out of how many days? Didn't miss a pivot all last year. And on the weekly, it hasn't missed a pivot since 2016. So, yeah, you like trading the dollar yen. Very methodical, very reliable. You can see there was a missed pivot here, and it took it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days to cover it. But you probably would have stopped out. But then anytime you see where the price is telling you long, say, yeah, I could get in, I could hold possibly and take out that pivot. So you see here we've got a missed pivot at 104, call it 80. And you can see here we're 92 pips above it, but that pivot could get taken out. So anytime you go short, you can start trading toward that pivot too, and keep that in mind. And on the wall mall charts here, real quickly, once again, candle color at the line. Don't be greedy and take your pips. Very simple trade. So, fellow traders, talent or skill, doesn't matter which one you have. Just remember, it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So go out there and drain the banks. And if you're new here, welcome aboard. Please click subscribe, click like, and share the videos all over the internet. This is TheRumpledOne, over and out.